Hello creatives, welcome back again to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me again in another tutorial. And in this video I'm going to be teaching you how I made this Zara cap. Hello, if you're new to this channel, please subscribe, like and share my videos. And also I advise you that you watch till the end of this video. So these are the materials: my satin, you can use any fabric of choice, the crinoline, and this is a sole we use in shoemaking, the rubber sole we use in shoemaking. Then I have my flowers and then the applique. All these are used for the decorations. So you stay tuned and watch what I use. This is also the fabric gum and the thread and needle. So this is the first measurement we are going to be using. For the rubber sole, I'm going to be using width of 2 inches. Can you see that? And then the length will be 19 inches. That's the length of the one I have here. Then for the fabric, I used the head circumference to be up to 26 inches. That's not the actual head circumference. My actual head circumference is about 22 inches, but I'm going to be adding extra for the seam allowance. Okay, so I used 26 inches for the circumference, and then the height I used 24 inches. Okay, this part I'm showing the height of the Zara cap, I used 24 inches. So you watch what I will do. I'm going to be folding it into 2. This is the height. So when you fold this into 2, you have 12 inches. So I'm going to be folding it into 2. Why I'm doing this is also to use it as a lining, okay? And also in order to ensure a neat finishing. So I will fold the head circumference into 2 and mark the midpoint. So when I mark the midpoint, I'm also going to open it and mark the inside. Watch what I'm doing, please. So I'm going to be marking it inside. As we go on, you will discover why I did so. Okay. So the next thing is I'm going to be marking also the midpoint of this sole. I don't know if there is any other thing you know this for, but this is simply the sole, the rubber sole you use in shoemaking. So you can find it in any shoemaking shop. Okay, so can you see what I did? I placed it inside, center to center. Can you see that? And I'm going to be pinning them down. I'll pin my material down so that it won't shift before I will then take it to my sewing machine and sew it. So now that I'm done pinning it, I'm going to sew it. I'm going to sew it. Can you see that? I've already removed my pins, so I've sewn it now. Can you see? So that is simply how you do this part. Then before you go ahead to sew these two other sides, this is what I normally do. I will adjust my fabric in order to make the thread not so visible on the top of my Zara cap. So I'm going to adjust it and push it in a little bit. Can you see what I'm doing? This is just to make the thread not so visible at the top of the Zara cap. So I'm going to push it a little bit inside. And when I'm done, I'm just going to pin down the two ends and also sew it. Okay? So please follow till the end of this, and if you are gaining value on this, please like this video. If you are yet to subscribe to my channel, please kindly do so. You can as well connect with me on all other platforms. I will leave all the links in the description box. So please, let's connect on Instagram, on Facebook. I also have a Facebook group, so let's connect outside of this channel. Okay? So thank you for following. Now I'm done sewing everything. The next thing, if you have a weaving machine at this point, you can weave the edges. But if you don't have it, no worries. Follow what I'm doing. I'm going to be folding all the edges, and I will also sew it. I love to pin before sewing. This makes it very stable while sewing. So if you don't have a weaving machine to weave the edges, no worries, just fold it in and sew. This is it after sewing. Can you see that all the edges is now neatly sewn? So next thing now is to fold into two and mark the actual head circumference. At this point also, if you are using a stretchy fabric, and you can go ahead to measure out the actual head circumference. Let's say you are working with a head circumference of 22 inches or 21 inches, you mark exactly the head circumference. But if you are not using a stretchy fabric, you can leave about 1 inch, okay, so that it will fit properly on the head. Can you see it? I've finished sewing, so I will now run a stitch, a gathered stitch at the back of the cap. And here I have the Zara cap. This is simply how I make the Zara cap. So the next thing is to make the rose design at the back of the Zara cap. And I'm making use of a length of 36 inches and wideness of 8 inches. So I'm going to be folding it into two and sew. Then I'll also pass the crinoline inside it. The crinoline will be the same, exactly the same measurement as the material. That is length of 36 inches, and I'm using the big size of crinoline, which is about 7 inches by weight. So after sewing my material, I'm going to turn it over and pass the crinoline inside. From there, I'm going to run a stitch and use it to form the rose design. So you pay attention to this video and see how I achieved it. Okay, thank you again for joining me.